Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cat Williams, and you are listening to 3-Point Conversion Radio.
De'Aaron, the key stat tonight might be the free throw shooting. I think everyone that took a free throw and missed one. I know this is like it's happened to you guys before, but in a game like this, you miss 14 free throws. Just where's that at?
Yeah, I mean, in a close game, we got to be able to get to the line and knock them down. We shot 30 free throws, so in a possession game, like Mike says, those are. I mean, you want to be able to win those, and we didn't go up there and we didn't make free throws, but I don't know how many points in the paint they have. Like 72 points in the paint. I mean, that's a lot. But I think in the second half we were better because they had 46 maybe in the first half. So we have to be able to stop penetration.
On that note, what's the key to stopping penetration? I know Keegan mentioned communication. It seemed like they're doing a good job of pulling Domas away from the basket on pick and rolls and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that runs a lot of ball screens, so you kind of know what's coming. But for us, I mean, it's just, point of attack. And then once they, put us in rotation, that's a lot of their times, that's when they're getting the paint as well, or cuts. So, yeah, it's a lot of communication, multiple efforts, just things of that nature. I mean, when you have guys like Melo, Kelly, Gordon, PJ, I mean, they have a whole list of guys that can get to the basket. So for us, we just got to be able to, for one, stay in front of the ball. And then once we do get in rotation, it's about closing out.
Fox, speaking of staying in front of the ball, I counted a couple of possessions for you, and I think one or two from Malik, where you tried to use your body to cut off the attacking lane and were whistled for a foul for it. Did you get any kind of explanation of what you are and are not supposed to do?
I didn't even ask. You try to have a level of aggressiveness defensively, and you just have to see how this particular game is being officiated, and you try to adjust. It's probably the first game I didn't say anything to the refs. So,
De'Aaron, for you, you seem to thrive in the fourth quarter. How do you kind of bottle that and sustain it throughout the game?
I mean, I feel like my team looks at me, to make plays. I think I had it going offensively tonight, so a lot of it was to get downhill and put the ball in the basket. But I don't know. It's just a feeling when it's a close game. You just want to be able to do whatever it takes to win the game. And tonight it was scoring.
Coming off the trip you guys had, does this take any wind out of your guys' sails?
I guess you can put this in a category of a bad loss for sure. This is a game that we were probably supposed to win, but we lost. You got to keep it pushing.
And just what did you make of just LaMelo in that fourth quarter? Obviously, you got it going.
Yeah, Melo's he's a difficult player to assess just because of, he's herky-jerky the way he plays, 6'7", can pass the hell out of the ball, can shoot the hell out of the ball, can get downhill, and he makes decisions in split seconds. You don't know if he's going to shoot or if he's going to drop it off to a big. Melo's a hell of a player, and I think everybody's known that since he's gotten in the league. So when Charlotte is really winning games, I think he'll put the league on notice. I mean, less than 28 minutes and 23 and 12 is 23, 12 and 5 is ridiculous.
De'Aaron, you put this in the category of a bad loss. Is it going to be useful in a sense that maybe it reminds you and the rest of the group just that you've got to close and finish games, and you can't let too many of these get away from you?
In this league, man, truthfully, anybody can beat anybody. The worst team can beat the best team in the league on any given night. But just for us, you just try to go out there and you're supposed to handle business, and we didn't do that. And like I said, 55% from the free throw line, you're probably not winning a game, especially not at this level.
Yeah, De'Aaron, what did you make of the pace tonight? Not only your guys's, but also how it was dealing with and controlling Charlotte's pace.
Yeah, I mean that's the way they play. They have a lot of length and a lot of athleticism, so they play to their strengths. They get up and down. Obviously their record's not good. They've had guys out, but they've been able to score the ball against most teams. So you just you have to be able to slow those guys down. And like I said, whenever you have good shots and whenever you get to the free throw line, you have to knock those down because they lost a game where they had like 130. So you know that team can put up points.
Hey, Darren. Before the game, Coach Brown talked about how special it is to have you as a superstar being so coachable, and kind of compared the coaching player dynamic with you guys to Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan. I guess, how is it so easy to learn and want to learn from a coach like Mike Brown?
From Mike specifically, he's been there, done that. There's nothing that he hasn't done in the league. He's been on numerous championship teams, been to the finals as a head coach. We could probably count on one hand how many times he was on a coaching staff and they didn't go to the playoffs. So he's done everything. He's coached LeBron, Tim Duncan, Manu, TP, Steph, Clay, KD. The list goes on. So for me, just wanting to be in that category, I know that I have a lot to learn. And I've always just been open ears. Whatever the coach says, that's what I do. Whatever they ask me to do, that's what I do. So I've always been that way.